Hello, everybody. I'm so sorry I can't be there with you today, but I am honored to be able to share my thoughts with you today about the theme, which is the stigma that women experience as it relates to race, socioeconomic status, and gender. But I have to send a big heartfelt thanks to Princess Falaji for inviting me. And I hope every single person at the event today is going to have a wonderful time. So let's first of all start off with what is stigma, right? I don't know what stigma means to you. I get what the traditional dictionary definition of stigma is, but the reality is that for me, stigma is a barrier. I see it as another mountain that we need to overcome, because stigma are those societal perceptions that attach to you because of how society perceives your action, your words, to be, and what it means, when in reality that perception is totally unfounded. It's not founded in truth or in fact, but it's really just another way to bring a woman down. And these societal perceptions judge us as a woman, judges us as a mother, judges us as workers, judges us by our race, our faith, as our socioeconomic status. That I don't know about you, but I think I came to a point in my life where I understood that these stigmas are nothing but an attempt, quite frankly, to hold me back. Because if you think about it, a stigma attaches to the most mundane and even the most natural things. There's stigma attached to periods, i.e., you can't talk about periods, i.e., a woman having periods should not exhibit herself. There's stigma attached to breastfeeding in this society, that doing it publicly is not the done thing. Says who? There's stigma attached to money, or not being seen as, I don't know, old money versus new money. There's stigma attached to so many different kinds of accomplishments, even when you are, if you're successfully academic, or when I say successfully academic, maybe you're one of those that likes to study and you seem to acquire degrees the way some people, I don't know, drink water. There's a stigma attached to that. There's stigma attached to where you live, your postcode. There's stigma attached to how you speak, your accent. There's stigma attached to what political party you're a part of, all of that. And I find that there has to come a point in time where when we set ourselves free from the stigmas, because if you understand that stigma is man-made, i.e., there are people who have set this perception as a rule and as a barrier, and that anybody that fits this particular description is, persona non grata, that they're not part of the fold. And I think it's important for us, particularly as women, to set ourselves free from that kind of thinking and expectation. Because if you are truly rooted and authentic in who you want to be, it should not matter what stigma is attached to what you do, what you say, how you speak, how you present yourself, how rich you are, how poor you are. It really shouldn't matter. We must recognize the barriers for what they are. And the moment you start to shrug them off, you will find that they have little or no power over you. Why? Because the people who seek to use that stigma or taboo against you will find that it has no impact whatsoever. Quite frankly, you're saying to them, your opinion of me is none of my business. And that really should be the attitude we take going forward in how we deal with stigmas attached to race, stigmas attached to gender, and stigmas attached to socioeconomic status. If you think about it, particularly when it comes to socioeconomic status, there are people who want to put you down because of, where you live, or whether you own a place, you don't own a place, whether you're homeless, or whether you're asking people for help. But these are the same people who will not lift a finger to help you. Or if they do lift a finger to help you, is to remind you that without them, you'd be nothing. And I just feel that a lot of the way we have to deal with stigmas is, one, to recognize them for what they are, and two, you need to walk over them. You need to be ready to walk over them, to not let it hold you back. Okay? The stigmas exist in society for a reason, and those who apply those stigmas do it for a reason. So some of us in this room are aware that certain stigmas exist, but we don't apply them against each other. We don't think of judging people by either their race, their gender, how they speak, or how they present themselves, because we have learned from personal experience how bad that is. It's like you being bullied, and then you realize that, being bullied is not a good thing, so I'm not going to bully other people. And I think that it's a great way to pass on the baton, so to speak. And particularly when we talk about empowering women, because I think women are already empowered. But what we don't do as well is to power up women. And I think that when we find women who are being stigmatized, our responsibility is to power them up. And powering them up is to bridge that gap. Powering them up is to say the very opposite of what that stigma is saying. Powering them up is using your influence, whatever that influence may look like, to give a different approach, a different verdict, or almost like not that the women need to seek your validation or confirmation, but you are using what you have to say to them, this stigma does not apply to you. That, this is what I personally think. I have, in my time on God's good earth, I faced a number of stigmas. I faced a number of taboos that I just came to the realization that actually this is what I want to talk about. This is how I want to talk about it. And this is who I am. And this is how I speak. And I can only be authentically true to myself. I can't speak the way you speak because I am not you and I do not want to be you. It is perfectly okay for me to be, I don't know, to have GCSEs, and maybe I've not gone to university, but I have achieved ABC. Now, not having a university degree doesn't make me less than you. Or for me to have gone to university, acquired said degrees or whatever professional qualifications, but I choose to speak in an informal way. There's just all of these societal expectations that give power to the stigmas. Give power to the stigmas on race, about how we should present ourselves as Black women, about how we should present ourselves as mothers, as how we should present ourselves as working mothers, as to what our role in society should be. I don't know about you, but I'm done with all of that nonsense. I honestly don't have the energy for it, and they do not want me to bring energy to that. And I think it is a personal choice. It is a personal choice for us to be able to look at ourselves in the mirror and go, you know what? You're a work in progress, but you're fine. You're a work in progress, but you've achieved a lot. You're a work in progress, but you've come a long way, and the Lord has not brought you this far to leave you. So to all of the stigmas and the taboos out there in whatever shape, form they may come, I say we need to just simply shrug them off because they don't belong to you. And whoever wants to apply them to you, the only thing you need to say to them is, your opinion of me is none of my damn business. Thank you so much for hearing my thoughts on this, and I hope you all have a really great time.